Ethiopian political journalist from Haile Selassie to today's.
Here to record this picture of me in my palace garden at Addis Ababa.
Political journalism in Ethiopia didn't grow in a straight line. It rose, collapsed, fought back, and renovated itself depending on who held power, from Haile Selassie royal press to revolutionary propaganda of the Derg, from the collapsed democracy of EPRDF era to today's digital battlefield. Ethiopian media history is a mirror of country political struggles. In this documentary, we will explore how political journalism evolved, survived, and shaped national conservation for almost centuries. The Haile Selassie era from 1930 up to 1974, the birth of modern Ethiopian journalism. When Haile Selassie came to power, Ethiopia was modernized. Roads, schools, embassies, and ministers were being built, and with them, modern journalism began to grow. Newspapers appeared as tools of national building. At this zaman promoted modernization and government policies. Brahana Salam printing press became the government's mouthpiece. Press freedom during this time was very limited. Journalists could not openly criticize the emperor, the monarchy, or the nobility. Most articles highlighted modernization project, diplomacy, international recognition, educational reform, Ethiopian symbolic leadership in Africa. But indirect criticism began to rise. Writers sometimes used historical stories, cultural commentary to express political concerns without naming names. What shapes political in this era? Modernization policies, new media institutions open, educational elite literacy in journalism became intellectual job. Government control kept reporting positive. Radio expansion, the voice of Ethiopian unified national message. By early 1970s, press began quietly cover issues like famine, inequality, universities protests, signals of a storm to come. The Derg era from 1974 up to 1991. Journalism under a revolutionary iron rule. The 1974 revolution changed everything when the Derg took power. It replaced royal counter with revolutionary military control. Journalism became an extension of a state, not watchdog but a weapon. Press freedom during this time was zero. Every newspaper, radio station, and print press. The 1974 revolution changed everything when the Derg took power. It replaced royal control with a voluntary military control. Journalism became an extension of a state, not watchdog but a weapon. Press freedom during this time was zero. Every newspaper, radio station, printing press was nationalized. The purpose of press became clear: spare social ideology, prize revolutionary victories, promote mass mobilization, attack counter-revoluntaries. Major state media include Addis Zaman, Ethiopian Herald, Ethiopian Radio, Ethiopian Television Service, launched earlier but became full state-run. Censorship was strict and direct. Before publication, stories were checked for political loyalty, revolutionary vocabulary, alignment with Marxist-Leninist ideology. Even a small criticism could lead to imprisonment, forced disappearance, death. Journalists often became political teachers. Newspaper promoted villagization, land reform, national literacy campaigns, war victories. Yet underground political pamphlets also secretly appeared, especially from a rebel group like TPLF, EPLF, or LF. Those pamphlets carried dangerous information about human rights abuse, famine, and military defense. The famine of 1984 up to 1985 highlighted the darkest chapters of media censorship. For months, the state gained the scales of crisis. The press was forced to report normal conditions, where millions suffered. This era shows how powerful and dangerous political journalism became when controlled by forces. The third one is the transitional government from 1991 up to 1995. The first waves of media freedom. When the Derg fell in 1991, Ethiopian entered a transitional period. And when it's done something the country hadn't seen in besides real media freedom. Independent newspapers flourished almost overnight. Some became extremely bold. They exposed government corruption, ethnic tension, economic challenge, and human rights. Examples: the Reporter, the Ethiopian Free Press Journalist Association. Challenge still exists: lacks of professional training, political instability, self-censorship from fear of returning to repression. But this short period created the foundation for modern media landscape. Ethiopia was introduced to the idea that journalism could question the government. The first is the EPRDF or TPLF era from 1995 up to 2018. The controlled democracy and the rise of investigative journalism. With the new constitution in 1995, Ethiopia officially recognized freedom of expression and freedom of the press, but in practice, political journalism walked a narrow path. Independent newspapers grew stronger. The Reporter, Addis Fortune, Capital, and Sendik. Those papers investigated issues like government spending, human rights, political corruption, and election. But pressure increased. Journalists face arrested under anti-terror law, newspaper closed, site block harassment. Especially after 2005 election, the media landscape changed. The government tightened control, especially on political commentary, opposition journalism, diaspora ran online outlet. This era also brought major transformation. Digital media emerged: bloggers, online news, diaspora media. Social media became political: Facebook activism, citizen journalism. Television expanded through most state control. This period provided that journalism could influence politics, but also that the government could push back hard. The fifth and the last is the Abiy Ahmed era from 2018 up to today. Openness and digital exploitation. Abiy Ahmed rise to power in 2018 brought the biggest media open Ethiopia had seen in 1991. Immediate change including unblock of previous banned website, returning of diaspora media, increase in political talk show and debates, growth of YouTube-based journalism, more transparency from government institutions. New digital platforms emerged like online news outlets, political YouTube channels, citizen journalism network. The media became extremely active, sometimes too active. Misinformation grew, social media amplification, political division. The Tigray conflict brought a new challenge. Internet shutdown, restriction of conflict report, safety risk for journalism, temporary bans on foreign media. Today, political journalism is a battlefield. Government narrative, opposite media, diaspora activism, YouTubers and influencers, citizen reporters, independent investigative journalism. For the first time in Ethiopia history, anyone with a phone can be political reporter. This great freedom, but also chaos. Political journalism today is free, louder, riskier, and more digital than ever before. The story of Ethiopian political journalism is the story of Ethiopia itself, a journey through monarchy, revolution, reform, and digital transformation. From royal newspaper to voluntary censorship, from investigating reporting to YouTube journalism, each era left a mark that shapes today's media landscape. And as Ethiopia continues to change, political journalism will continue to evolve, questioning power, telling stories, and giving voice to the people.